Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, let me thanks for Mr. Muslihin as our teacher, and thanks for everyone for watching this video. Today, we from Group 9 will be present an article. The title is Islamic Civilizationism in Malaysia. Firstly, I'm Muhammad Ihsan. Will be introduce my friends from Group 9. We have Rizka Ramadhani, Hilwa Andini, and Naufal Ahmad. Okay, now I will explain the abstract. Malaysia is known to have a diverse population across the racial and religious spectrums. However, a majority of the population identifies as Malays and thus legally as Muslims too. Although the development of the Malay identity began immediately after World War II, the stark division between Muslims and non-Muslim came out of the 1971. New economic policies that prioritize Malay population in the name of reducing poverty, the stabilizing the country. With the Malay Nationalist Party, United Malay National Organization or UMNO, being in power for 6 decades, the position of the Malays become undisputed. Okay, in this abstract, this article explained that the conflict between Muslim and non-Muslim in Malaysia occurred in 1971. The organization called UMNO had an important role in this conflict. Okay, next I will be explain the introduction. This introduction explained that as time went, Malaysia is now experiencing a rise of populist group and movement, specifically that of Islamic populism. This country has a majority Malay population that are legally bound to be Muslim according to the federal constitution. As political parties compete for the support and vote the Malay population, they are use the Islamic religion to their advantage. This article explained that Islam is experiencing a lot of political dynamic at the moment after 2018, where this country witnessed history-making change in government. There are at least 4 important events the late of race Islamic in Malaysia. Firstly, the racial riot in 1969. Secondly, the Islamic awakening in 1917. Thirdly, 9/11 attack and the defeat of Barisan Nasional in the 2018 election. So finally, the article explained that Islamic civilization in Malaysia become more visible since 2018. Okay, next section is civilizational populism. Populism grows because the failure of a country democratic political system. Therefore, discussion about politism are often linked to the quality of democracy, because populism involves power of the group of political elites at the expense of ordinary people. In raising the case of Malaysia, this article will use a concept of civilizational populism, put forward by Yilmaz and Morrison. The civilizational term in European populism is usually a right-wing or sayap kanan response to large-scale Muslim immigration to Europe. Islamic population and Buddhist populism occur in Turkey and Myanmar. So, this proves that civilizational populism does not only occur in the Western countries. However, it has been not the civilizational population in developing countries is very different from politics in Western countries. In Malaysia, religion and ethnicity are used together with populism to respond Malay, Muslim and native to the country, while minority other and foreigners in general, Malaysia Islamic identity. Okay, that's my explanation. The next section will be in by my friends.
Okay, next in this point, the relationships between Malays and Chinese in Malaysia is complex and has a long history. Initially, during the Malacca Sultanate, there was harmony among different ethnic groups. However, during the British colonial period, relations became more complicated. After World War II, Malay identity was strengthened and inter-ethnic relations worse with the adoption of the new economic policy in 1971. The policy granted privilege to Malays as indigenous people, which conflicted with the guarantee of Islam as a religion limited to personal law. The government also passed at the restricted Chinese education funding and made Bahasa Malaysia the official language. The National Cultural Policy of 1971 raised further concerns for the Chinese minority. Moreover, there was a growing emphasis on Islamic religious identity, with the Mahathir Mohamad administration promoting the revival of Malay religious identity. These developments add to tensions between ethnic groups and the rise of Islamic populism posing a threat to democracy in Malaysia. Okay, next point. Malaysia was established in 1963 with the goal of maintaining ethnic balance, but the riots in 1969 tested this harmony. In response, the government implemented affirmative action policies aimed at reducing poverty and linking racial identity with economic activities. However, these policies result in wealth inequality among different ethnic groups. Moreover, Islamic identity gained strength in the 1980s due to the growing Islamic narrative in Malaysia. The ruling party, UMNO, prioritized Islam and promoted the Islamization of the country through the policy of Mahathir. In order to gain Islamist support, Mahathir also aligned with Anwar Ibrahim. As a result, UMNO transformed into an Islamic populist party, advocating for the Sunni version of Islam in Malaysia. The government expanded Islamic infrastructure and elevated the Sharia court to the same standing as the civil courts. Mahathir also prohibited Islamic group was the considered division.
Okay, paragraph 5. Islamic populists respond to challenge. In conclusion, in the discourse of civilizational populism, Malaysia under Mahathir's leadership took a strategic approach in responding to international challenge by positioning itself as a model of a modern Islamic state. These efforts aim to strengthen Islamic civilization domestically while distancing its political movements from more radical views. Support for this initiative was influenced by changing global geopolitical realities and awareness of the oppression of Muslims around the world, prompting Malaysia to ally with other moderate Islamic countries. Despite criticism from certain parties, steps such as the Kuala Lumpur Summit signal Malaysia's ambition to play an important role in the large discourse of Islamic civilization. Next, paragraph 6. Democracy and Islamic populism at home. The conclusion is the politics in Malaysia has undergone significant changes since 1999, with increasing support for the opposition, especially among Malay Muslim groups. These changes have been influenced by factors such as ethnic tension, political rivalries, and effort to maintain Malay and Islamic identity. Islamist populism has been an effective strategy for some Malay political leaders to gain and maintain power by exploiting Malay Muslim anxieties and fears of political change and threats to their identity.
Islamic populism is on the rise in Malaysia, exploiting ethnic and religious tension. This movement thrives by portraying Chinese Malaysian as a threat to Malay culture and economic dominance. Populist leaders manipulate statistics and downplay corruption among Malay leaders to stoke fear and anger. They framed the Malay majority as the true people of Malaysia and downplay democratic forms in favor of Malay supremacy. This rise in populism is like to a perception that the government failed to listen to Malay people. Unlike other countries, highlighting corrupt elites doesn't reside with Malay, who prioritizes stability over clean governance. The solution may not lie in solely focusing on anti-elite rhetoric. Even moderate parties are resorting to religious rhetoric, highlighting the deep entanglement of ethnicity and religion in Malaysian politics. This article examines Malaysian unique brand of Islamic populism, which doesn't rely on a single charismatic leader, but rather on the broader discourse of Islamic civilization. The author traces how historical, even like the riots and the rise of Malay nationalism, paved the way for this ideology. Political parties compete by appealing to Malay identity and Islamic value, with some resorting to extreme rhetoric that portray non-Muslims as outsiders. While Malaysia hasn't seen major racial violence since tensions simmer beneath the surface, the rise of Islamic populism has contributed to an environment where Malay are the dominant group and ethnic groups live with limited interaction. This approach, with achieving a larger Malay population percentage, has also led to emigration of Chinese and Lioness, harming Malaysia economy and social fabric. The conclusion is that Islamic populism in Malaysia has negative consequences for the country diversity and future prosperity.
Thank you for attention. I hope what we explained can be understood for everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.